Despite the horrific persecution inflicted by the Quraysh on the Muslims, the Messenger ﷺ and his companions remained steadfast on Islam. The Quraysh then resorted to one of the most brutal tactics in order to force the tribe of Muhammad to hand him over. The Quraysh held a meeting in a place called Wadi al-Muhassab and formed a pact to enforce a boycott on the tribes of Muhammad, Bani Hashim and Bani Abdul Muttalib. They hung up this pact inside the Kaaba to give it some sort of religious credibility. Abu Talib took stock of the situation and decided to withdraw the two tribes to the valley on the outskirts of Mecca, known as the Shib of Abu Talib. The only person to not join Banu Hashim was the uncle of the Prophet ﷺ, Abu Lahab, who sided with the Quraysh. The pact forbade anyone doing business with Banu Hashim and Banu Abdul Muttalib, cutting off their livelihood and starving them to death. They were forced to eat tree leaves, dead animal skin, and camel dung just to survive. They also forbade anyone from outside Quraysh to transact with them. The Quraysh would often purchase all of the goods from the foreign traders, leaving nothing for the Muslims. They forbade marriage between Banu Hashim and Banu Abdul Muttalib with other tribes of Quraysh. And if this wasn't bad enough, they even forbade anyone from conversing with the Muslims and sitting down with them, fearing that this could lead to sympathy and bring an end to this embargo. Despite all odds, Muhammad ﷺ persisted, and his determination and courage never weakened. He continued to go to the Kaaba and pray publicly. He would continue with his dawah and his mission. However, after 3 years of this embargo, discontent started to grow among members of the Quraysh. A man called Hisham ibn Amr, who used to secretly send food to the Muslims, gathered together 4 other men who were not happy with the boycott of their fellow tribesmen. They all met up at night and agreed a plan to bring an end to the embargo. They went to the Kaaba where all the leaders were gathered, but came and sat separately to avoid suspicion. One of them spoke first about the disapproval, and when Abu Jahl tried to defend the pact, the others individually spoke up against the pact, and Abu Jahl realized that they conspired in the night to bring an end to the agreement. In the meantime, something amazing happened. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to the Prophet that the pact had been eaten up by ants, except for the words of Bismillah. When Abu Talib informed them of this, they laughed at him and agreed that they would bring it to an end if this was true. And to their astonishment, it was true, bringing an end to the pact. One of the key lessons we can take from this incident is how the enemies of Allah are willing to give up on all of their principles to attack Islam. The Quraysh were known for their hospitality and loyalty to their fellow tribesmen, but they were willing to give it all up due to their deep hatred for Islam and Muslims. The enemies of today are similar. They claim to hold a rules-based international order and human rights, but they are willing to give it all up when it comes to fighting Islam and Muslims, as we saw was the case with Palestine.